Oh, and there's the ads. Back YouTube. We had a minor interruption, but now we're back. I wonder if YouTube plays ads during live streams. I didn't even know. Does YouTube play ads during live streams? Manually or automatically? Okay. But ads during streams. Recently, and that was 11 months ago. Not going to complain, not going to object. Not going to object at all. Wow, this really did need a rebuild. Yeah, maybe I'll take a break from the old benchmarking. I need to understand how to. I can get a world. I can get a mutable world. I need to understand how asset gets added to the asset server gets added to the world, and then whether it's sufficient to have that. And there's the asset load, or whether I need an app. I don't understand if I need an app or not. Okay, looks like we finally managed to load something. It's relatively inactive. Should be a donut involved somewhere. That's weird. That is less output than I was expecting. Huh. Interesting. Did I make some changes that mess with it? I would have expected a menu. Did I take that away? Menu, no. Main, animation, interaction. If I look at player, I should see a bunch of GLTF stuff, right? Clone. Ha! Good old donut clone. So we got a 3D camera, point light, and a GLTF or a GLB. Using asset tracking and this thing here, levels without camera seen. Okay. By the way, while I think about it, did we get a response in our PR? Oh, we might have done. Nope, because we got a failure. What did we change? What did we fail? What failed? Check bevy internal imports. Really? Oh. Back to the PR. Give me the PR. Where's my pull request? Why did that fail? Why did that fail? Check bevy internal imports. Details. Detected internal bevy import in Ultimesh. Avoid importing internal bevy crates that should not be used directly. Replace bevy star with bevy. Oh, how did I do that? Huh. Which one? Let's go back to bevy. Ultimesh. That's a pretty thorough CI right there. um, where's my Ultimesh example? Oh, I'm on the wrong branch. 3130. Yeah, I'm using bevy render. Which one? Which one is the problem? Bevy render, right? What happens if I take away this and re-import the problem children? Ding. Oh, hey, Fanny Slam. How you doing? How's things on this fine Saturday morning, evening, afternoon? Afternoon. Oh, hey. Vertex attribute. Where does this come from? It's morning for you. What do you mean it's morning for you? Have you just gotten up? Have you just gotten out of bed? Import. Into mesh. Vertex attribute values. I mean, I would, but it doesn't seem to want me to. Oh, Rusty Analyzer, you slow, you slow. What is it suggesting? Use bevy render asset usages. Are they not exported in the prelude? Detected. Avoid internal bevy crates. They should not be used directly. Replace bevy star with bevy. Which ones did it find though? You just got out of bed. You didn't like. Are you spending all day in your pajamas? Is that what's happening here? What happens if I dump all of this into Yank and Curly's? Yank and Curly's just sounds wrong, to be honest with you. Can I do this? I doubt it, right? What about render? Oh, okay. Cool. Well, that's better. GIPRR. Yeah, we're okay. So we can swap this. Yeah. What do we call them? Internal imports. Avoid internal imports. Hey, Sananda Warrior, how you doing? I mean, I don't have a real 9 to 5, just a bunch of small jobs through my weeks and like and works nights. So EP Saturdays, perfect sense to me. Don't get me wrong, I'm not judging. I'm, even a tiny bit jealous. How we doing? We're doing good. We're fixing a PR problem. And then we're going back to playing with Blender, potentially. If I can figure that out. If I can figure it out. How can I figure it out? I like structure, so I'm jealous of you. Yeah, I mean, I've been ridiculously privileged to have a little bit of time off after finishing a job that I didn't like very much. So maybe it wasn't such a privilege, but and now I've got one more week and then I'm going back into full-time work. So that's going to be interesting. No little adjustment. It's 4:20 a.m. and you're studying for Monday's test. That doesn't sound good. Are you going to have any kind of retention in at 4:20 in the morning? The last subject of the exam. What exam? Okay, let's see if that is going to run. Back to pull request. It's probably going to take forever. There is our commit, avoid internal imports. And that's going to run and we'll just see what happens. Uni mechanical engineering. Ooh. Tough. Very, very tough. Okay, so we can get out of there. We can go back. You're way too far behind schedule. Ouch. Yeah, I know this feels. I know those feels. Um. Hmm. What do I? Where do I want to go? I want to go to 3, and then I want to understand why when I run 3, nothing shows on the screen because there should be a little menu, and then there should be a donut, and there is neither. And I'm also seeing create window but no loading. Did I finish with maybe not finishing something? Did I not finish something that I should have finished? Asset tracking has add loading state, new screen loading. I'm a lurk and come here when you do your breaks. Hey, thank you. I appreciate the lurk. I even have a little lurking redeem, but it doesn't really do anything useful. I need it to do something useful. Yeah, so it loads a scene, but it doesn't look like it even gets to that point. Screen loading. Maybe I was messing around with it too much and I mucked something up. Maybe I did that. Maybe that happened. Oh yeah, look at that. It's a lurking redeem. I should tell Fuzzy just to redeem it a bunch of times. He's trying to dump points. So why isn't it getting there? I wonder if I can debug into it. I might not be able to because I had some trouble with this the other day. Yeah, panics. I think what we need is a new copy of something. I think we might need a new copy of the quick start and just go from there. Let's try a new copy of the quick start and then we can we also need a name. What's a name for I was going to build a little thing that docks a 3D ship into a station, like Elite. What's the name for docking game? No, that sounds too much like sheep docking. Uh, Stress management. No, no bad. Be indeed. Be indeed. We flies into the port. Fly into port. We air traffic control. Space traffic control. The robots don't know how to do it. Robots can't do everything. Okay, why not? Nah, it's too obscure. Naming things is hard. Naming things is hard. Hmm. Air traffic control is ATC, STC. I'll think about it. Let's go with cargo generate. Actually, do we really want the quick start? Because we've got them. Yeah, I suppose we can. Did the PR get merged that meant we don't have to use the branch? Um, let's have a look in our history for quick start. Yeah, cargo generate, the bevy flock, bevy quick start, branch cargo generate. So let's go cargo generate, cargo road. um, the bevy flock, um, bevy quick start, branch cargo road generate. Oh, bummer. Please check if it exists. It does exist though. Oh, maybe we moved it. Maybe it's bevy new 2D now. Nope, still quick start. Did I spell it wrong? It's not a dash, is it? No. The bevy flock, bevy quick start. Looks right. Unless we don't have the branch anymore. That'd be it. Okay. Good. That makes it easier. All right, better. Unnamed uh space traffic control game. Enter your HIO username. Project name used in the HIO URL. Sure, why not? Update, yeah. Okay, good road. It's done. All right, so we go unnamed. Okay. Now, there's probably going to be quite a bit of changing involved. So first of all, we want cargo add leaf wing input manager. I can't remember if it's underscores or not. It is not. And cargo add bevy asset loader. Actually, I think that is underscores. Nope. Oh, it translated it. Okay, cool. That's fine. And then we look at our screens. First of all, if I go to main, can I debug this current version of everything? It's still working, so it might take a minute. We debug, and we debug, and we build, and it takes forever because it's the first. And I'm going to turn my mic off and take a bite of my apple. That's a good apple. Thud, thud. Okay. We're still building, huh? Maybe I should have done a first build. All of the things that need to be built. All of the things. Mm-hmm. I wonder if it'd be possible because I have to replace Bevy Asset Loader. I have to do all of those things. Maybe I'll just come up with a easy script for doing it. rather than making it an official version. What if my CI built? Looks like it might have. Oh, yep, nice. Cool. Come on, hurry up and build. Are you really still building, or am I imagining things? Imagining things. No, I'm not imagining things. There we go. So it must have just finished. I probably navigated away too soon. Okay, now we're debugging. But, oh, and we panicked because of that breakpoint, I guess. But I didn't set a breakpoint, so it's understandable. Why does that panic happen? Oh, I know what happens. It happens because there's no assets directory. So I need to make the target debug assets, and that'll go away next version, I think. But in the meantime, actually, I should have just target debug assets CP assets target debug. That's a better version. Okay. Now we can debug. Oh, main. And we should have success. There we go. Play. Cute. Yeah, I know, right? That was pretty loud, actually. I'm sorry about that. Okay, so that works. Now, what is the fastest? Yeah, this is what we're going to do. We're going to do the fastest way to revamp quick start for my purposes. Was that Animal Crossing music? It could have been. I will confess to never having played Animal Crossing. I do apologize. I know that's shocking. I know that's terribly shocking. So we're going to keep track of I only played one of them that I could get on PC. Oh, okay. We're going to keep track of what steps we need to take. And actually we'll do it in a TIL. I've got in a little habit of, I'm trying to form the habit of blogging, microblogging, things that I learn. So we will go to EGLO P, this one, and we'll copy. And we'll go steps to asset loader MD. Steps to asset loader. Very quick start. Refit bevy quick start with bevy asset loader. It is now the 21st, right? Let's go. Our date. It is the 21st. Taxonomies, tags, bevy. Yeah. Bevy, quick start. Boop-a-doo-ba-doo. The bevy flock. Bevy, quick start. Soon to be bevy, new 2D. exposes some great basic patterns for game development. However, many folks want to retrofit it with. I'm going to lurk, munch down some cereal, and go to Bunnings. Bunnings, you see, seriously, you need to see the Bunnings snack video I posted, but you can't because you're not on my Discord. So there, only people in my Discord can see it. um, but yes, have a nice time at Bunnings and potentially get a snack because you know it's important. Retrofit. Want to use bevy asset loader, which needs to be Nicholas I, right? Bevy asset loader. Boo-ba-doo-ba-doo. This one. Want to use bevy asset loader. Rather than the built-in asset management, whether out of habit or personal preference. Herewith the steps for doing a manual conversion. Yeah. So let's yeah, let's go through it. Keep that one open and we'll keep updating it. So first of all, we need a Rust block. No, it's not a Rust block. It's a shell block. Cargo add bevy asset loader. Okay. And we look at the lib. And basically everything in asset tracking could come out. Oh, we also need not to have capitals. This is not good. We don't like capitals. But otherwise fine. And then also an index HTML. Okay. So then we go in asset tracking. High level way to load collections of asset handles as resources. All right, so let's look at my asset tracking for let's look at my asset tracking for say 3. Oh, let's use this. And we'll go back and we'll replace everything in here with this. Loading state, new screen loading, continue to state screen title. Is that correct? What are the screens again? They are splash, loading, title, credits, gameplay. Yeah. Load collection level assets. But let's make this, I don't know, models. And we'll go models, player model, models player, GLB scene 0, pub player, handle scene. Do I actually want to use a scene? I can't remember. I think I do. Maybe it should be scene assets. Maybe I should use images. And then we won't image assets. Then we won't get confused when we're just trying to provide an example. And assets images is a thing, isn't it? Yeah. Ducky. Wow, that's not how you spell ducky at all. PNG. Pub player. Handle image. Yeah, there we go. Continue to state screen title. Cool. That should, in fact, be fine. Okay, so that's our first step. Don't need that anymore. Yep. Then replace the contents of what is it again? Source asset tracking RS with um, for example. Yeah. Okay, what's next? That certainly won't run in its current state. So let's look at where we use Ducky. Oh yeah, and we could add the music basically. In fact, maybe it would be best to try and arrive at the same functionality, I guess. And then you could go from there. How many different assets are we dealing with? Is that going to be hard? Hub Ducky, handle image. This dependency attribute marks the field as a dependency of the asset and will not finish loading until the labeled asset is also loaded. Right, right. Interesting. But I don't need all of this asset stuff in, at least I don't think I need all this asset stuff in player RS. Assets load with settings. Image loader setting. Oh, there we go. Settings sampler, image sampler nearest. Cool. That's kind of groovy. Image loader settings. Okay. Um, so yeah, we could get rid of a lot of this, but we also need sound effects. Uh, step one, step two, step three, and step four. Okay, so let's go back to texture assets. Wherever it is, asset. Ah, here we are. Image assets, load collection, audio assets. And instead of calling this player, we'll call it Ducky. Derive, asset, collection, resource, pub, struct, audio, assets. And we got, let's just copy those. So player, look for OGG. Here we go. Get to there, and it's path step one, path step two, etc. So asset path equals, and we really should have made that a macro, but it's path step one handle. What is it? Handle audio? I actually can't remember. I think that's wrong. What about in either asset tracking? Audio source is what it's called. Audio source. All right. So let's go. Freedom for the dogs. Uh-huh. Okay. So let's go QA and we'll go D2 quote asset path equals path step. Woo, that is not what we do. Step two, handle audio source down over and Q, and then at A. Okay, that's what I should have done to begin with. All right, that's better. What is your problem? Oh yeah. And this is just unused. Oh, it should have snake case name. Oh yeah, sure. Path step one. Okay, we're good. So audio sound effects, blah, yeah. And then there'll be the music, the music. Where is the music? Struct music, struct sound effects, credits music. Credits music is all assets loaded, yeah. Audio music, credits music, player credits music. I don't care about the credits. I want gameplay. Where have we loaded it? Play gameplay music. Ah, here we go. Audio music fluffing a duck OGG. Interesting. You can use spaces. I didn't know that. It's kind of annoying, but yes. Okay, so let's go with asset path equals audio music fluffing a duck OGG. And what do we call it? Fluffing. It's called doesn't really have a name, so let's just call it fluffing a duck. Handle audio source. Uh, all right, so that creates that. Audio assets, image assets. What other assets do we have? Oh, the credits music. What is the credits music? Monkeys spinning monkeys. Cool. All right. LMNOP. Yep. Okay. So asset path equals audio music monkeys spinning monkeys OGG. Okay. Looks like we've taken care of most of those. What else is in images? Splash. We need the splash. Let's do that. Handle image. And what else is in assets in general? Sound effects, steps, fluff a duck. Oh, the button press, right. Button press, button hover. All right. Audio, sound effects, button hover. Got more audio than images. Okay, I think that's about it. So we'll take all of that and put it into our article like so. Obviously, this is a one-for-one replacement of the quick start resources, but you could omit most of them if you're planning to delete anyway. Um, okay. So now What's the next step to get that functional? Oh, we need to rip out. Next, rip out the bits of player RS that deal with asset handling. Uh, player. So this is player assets, so we can get rid of that entirely. I do believe. Record directional input needs to stay, obviously. Spawn input, spawn player, texture atlas layouts, yes. Player assets is res player assets. That should actually be image assets. And yeah, so remove remove player assets, replace player assets in spawn player, I think it is, with image assets. Res image assets. Then what else we got? Get rid of this for now. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. Don't need that. Here we go. All right. Texture asset layout is probably still correct, hopefully. Name new player, sprite bundle. Here we go. Image assets. Cannot find type. Beautiful. Remove app load resource player assets from plugin. Remove app load resource player assets. Did I get that right? Oh, almost. From plugin. Stop going to the browser. What is wrong with you today? That looks correct. And then and it's like uh, a twitch, a tick. Remove any unused imports. Okay, does that leave us with a functional player assets? It looks like it does. Oh, okay. Did I say to replace player assets with image assets? Yeah. Replace any references to player assets with image assets. Okay, cool. Um, do something fairly similar for main. I think it's called main. Oh, stop going to the browser. What is happening? What is happening? Main source main? No. Screen title, right? Yeah, there we go. So there's going to be some problems here. Add system, spawn title screen with children. Enter gameplay screen, next screen set, next screen set. Actually, there's nothing in here. But there are some sounds that play. So where do those play? Observe, enter gameplay screen. I don't know. Maybe spawn title screen. Oh no. Stat scoped with children. Next screen set, screen gameplay. Where do these? Oh, it's probably in button, right? Uh, widgets for T. Are there any sound plays in here? UI containers. Types that can spawn entities. Nope. No sounds in here. Let's look at credits. It's bound to be some here. Yeah. Enter title screen, trigger on press, meet next screen set title. Credits music. Yeah, so we don't need that. Oh, stop it. Credits. Remove credits music. Hey, Sananda Warrior, how's the study going? Play credits music is going to be mute music is what we're going to do instead is sound assets, I think we're calling it, or audio assets. And then we're going to go audio assets. My brain can't take any more electronics. I completely understand, especially if it's like 5 a.m. That makes total sense to me. Audio assets, what do we actually call it? Is it called music? We go to asset tracking. It is called monkeys spinning monkeys. Okie doke. Monkeys spinning monkeys. And then stop music is, I don't know if it needs to be mutable, but let's find out. Actually, this might not work so well. Music entity take. Yeah, this is a bit different because we're spawning an audio bundle with music. I think we would need to replace this with a query on music. Probably a query on the audio source, maybe. I feel like that's going to be the way. Um, What was the original definition when we went to, what did they use? World Resource Asset Server. Okay. Music is assets load. Entity none. Oh, music is a handle for the audio source. Okay. So that's a nice way of retaining it. Hmm. But we still have to spawn the audio bundle. It's just nice to have a handle for that audio source. Yeah. How's the code getting figured out? It's yeah, it's getting figured out. I'm just trying to retrofit the quick start for using a library that I like using. Just trying to understand their way of doing things. I don't think we need that entity. Spawn audio bundle music. How do we normally do that though? We look at, say, Bevy Cheap Book. See if the audio example in the Bevy Cheap Book is up to date. Hey, Outfrost, how you doing? Audio, 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 audio. So much audio. Here we go. Playing sounds. Ah, official examples, audio control. All right. Load and play an audio file, control how it's placed. Update speed, pause. Music controller get single is a query audio sync with my music. Okay. So that probably would be okay, right? So audio bundle already has a sync. And we're using an audio bundle? We are. So we just query for it with music, right? Although it's suggesting stop music should just despawn the entity entirely. Um, which I guess is fine. It's replacing like for like, right? So let's do that. Let's go. Let's get rid of that. Let's get rid of that. Let's get rid of that. On exit, stop music. I don't see why it couldn't be state scoped, but I might be getting that wrong. So we won't go there right now. Let's go audio assets. Res audio assets. And we'll do that. And then this becomes audio assets. And believe it or not, the track name is Monkey Spinning Monkeys. And that makes us very happy. And then we don't need this part of it. And this is no field on audio assets. Really? I'm pretty sure there is. It is called Monkeys Spinning Monkeys. Oh, but it's not public. Maybe it doesn't need to be. It is private. Okay, it does need to be. We got ads. Okay. Tell you, your camera's so dark. Isn't adjusted. You got to stay here, puppy. You got dirty paws. Okay. We are cup of tea enabled. We are. We have the power of tea. Ow. Ow. That's hot. I'm just saying. Tea. It giveth and it taketh away. Okay. So we were creating instructions. So let's go to um, credits. Yeah, audio assets, monkey spinning. Right, we're going to make these public, right? In fact, let's go 9 0 QA. Freshly prepared hot beverage, maybe hot. Warning. Buyer beware. Hat fits one head. Do not iron clothes while wearing. Pub down, down, down. O. Q. A. Let's go with 5 at A. There we go. Legend, except we don't want pub pub. That is definitely not. Pub pub monkeys is not a thing. It's not a thing. Okay, there we go. Monkey spinning clone. Beautiful. Then we'll go mute music is now not going to be a resmute credentials music, but just an ordinary query for an audio sync. Well, actually, we'll just delete the whole thing, right? I kind of do and don't want to know the story behind that. Oh, the last one. And I understand that that's a very real label. Do not iron clothes while wearing. Winter. Yeah. Never iron clothes while they're being worn. Never do it. Just don't do it. It's not worth it. Even if you think maybe just this little spot on your arm, no, don't do it. It is not worth the risk of, if nothing else, of looking like a fool. Okay. Now, so music is now going to be a query. So what is the entity that I'm going to be destroying? Music. Query music. And that is going to be an and mute. Actually, it doesn't need to be and mute. It just needs to be that. Oh, it's entity with is what we're looking for. And this is now going to be get single that seems perfectly fine to me. It does not seem fine, however, to this, because it should be okay. There we go. And stop music does not need to be mutable. You are correct. Good. Okay. And then we can replace, what do we call it? Play and stop. And stop functions with something akin to this. I.e. just query for the entity and despawn instead of saving it onto credits music. Okay, we'll see if that still functions once we actually try it. And then we've got, what other asset tracking stuff do we need to get rid of? Remove any unused imports. What other asset stuff is happening? Oh, those step sounds, where are they used? They don't exist anymore. Maybe they're an animation. Yeah, trigger step sound effect. Run if resource exists, player assets. So we'll get rid of that. Let's jump to animation. In animation RS, remove references to player assets. Why is chain? Oh god! All right. Trigger sound effect. This should be audio assets. In trigger step sound effect, replace player assets with audio assets, res audio assets. Can't spell, cannot spell, doesn't matter, still going to do it. Import that. And then audio assets. Oh, it uses a random. That's going to be annoying. How could I pick what is steps or what was steps in audio assets? Quick start. Source. Demo. Player. Player assets. It's a vec. Okay. Whereas now I've got a series of properties. Let's see. Well, first of all, it's not audio assets. I guess I could go, I don't know how efficient this would be, but vec audio assets step path step 1 audio assets path step 2 etc. I mean, this isn't really necessary if you're just going to replace them all, but I suppose a bit of show willing. Choose RNG unwrap. I don't think this is going to work because these will need to be cloned probably. Consider using a let binding to create a longer lived value. Sure. Temporary value is freed at the end of the statement. I see. A let binding, you say? I thought we were. Oh, I think I see. Um, so doing this probably isn't going to help because the vec itself is. Okay, so let steps equals. Does this help? And then let random step equals steps pick, what was it? I've completely forgotten now. Choose. Steps choose RNG. And actually we'll just do an if let sum. So we don't have to put up with the unwrap. And there we have it. So there's a double clone in there, but for sample purposes, I mean, it's going to be fine, isn't it? I would have thought. In fact, do we even have to clone it again? Yes. Yes, we do. No, we're cloning a handle, so I guess it's okay. It's basically just an ID. It's not ideal, but ideal. I assume that I still need to do this, right? Oh, yeah. Okay. So, I mean, we'll provide this as an example, but replace trigger step sound effect with honestly, you probably won't need to replace trigger step sound effect with anything. But in case you do, something like this would get you started for demo purposes. Okay. Never really know whether to indent these if they're going to be used in Markdown, but hey, why not? Cool. So what else have we got broken in here? Everything else looks okay, actually. Okay, so what's still broken and needs to be repaired? Let's try build. Oh, so many things. Okay, load resource. Load resource. Theme interaction. Oh, this is where those sounds play. Theme interaction. No? Where was it? Yeah, use create theme interaction palette. Load resource interaction assets. I mean, honestly, we could keep the assets things and just load the use asset loader to load the stuff into them. So hover and press. So this is in theme mod. Oh, theme interaction RS. Okay. In theme interaction RS. Remove interaction assets. Trigger interaction sound effect is going to be audio assets. Audio assets. Audio assets. I think they're called button hover. Make sure that gets imported. Beautiful. Replace trigger interaction sound effect. With something like why is everything pink all of a sudden? That is weird. That is very, very weird. I do not know. However, I'm not going to stress about it right now. Anything else in interaction? Right, interaction assets. All right. Getting there. We're getting there. Anything else? Load assets. I feel like there was a load assets somewhere. Do 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 do. Let's try a build. Oh, so many problems. and then all assets loaded. Right, this is in loading RS. Screens loading RS. Interaction assets doesn't exist. Credits music doesn't exist. Gameplay music, that's something we haven't done yet. Continue to title screen, run if in-state screen loading, and no, we don't want to do that because bevy asset loader is going to do it for us. So get rid of this. And in fact, we don't want all assets loaded either. So in loading RS, remove any non-existent asset resources and the functions continue to title screen and what was the other one? All assets loaded as bevy asset loader is taking care of this for us. Spawn loading screen will probably just flash very briefly. Don't need player assets. In fact, it doesn't exist anymore. And we don't need gameplay music. In fact, we need to go and find out where that is. Here it is. It's in gameplay. So play, well, get rid of gameplay music. Finish for today. Have an awesome sleep. It sounds like you deserve it. And give your brain a rest. Don't need that. Or that. In gameplay, remove gameplay music. Play gameplay music now needs to become audio assets, res audio assets, and it is audio assets. And I do believe it's called something to do with duck. 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 Fluffing a duck, that's it. And this is now that. And we'll just do stop. We'll just despawn recursive again. I don't know why that wouldn't just be a why it wouldn't be state scoped, but maybe I'm wrong about that. Query entity with music. If let's entity is music, get single entity despawn recursive. Okay. The play and stop functions become okay. Get rid of that. And are we almost good? Must be close. Oh, that in credits RS needs to stop. And oh, we're not using the splash screen. So I imagine there's a splash resources. Load, asset server load. Oh yeah, here we go. Should be an embedded asset for instant loading, but that's currently broken on WASM. Interesting. So we don't really want to do that. But because, well, maybe we do actually, because they're trying to do it without the asset loader. So instead of putting it in asset tracking, let's take it out. Like so. Then people will be happy. Okay. Cool. Now can we build? In fact, could we even run? No, we couldn't because everything blows up. Trigger step sound effect does not exist. Okay. I'm guessing it's trying to load before we're ready. Let's look at asset tracking. Do we reference the title screen? We do. Loading state new screen loading, continue to state screen title. Okay, that sounds reasonable to me. Let's look at anime. Actually, I think it was in theme, right? No, it was an animation. There was the step thing. Trigger step sound effect. Resource doesn't exist. The audio assets, I guess. So this is only supposed to run and set app set update. And when we configure that, they'll run in tick timers, record input, and yeah, they'll run without determining which screen, which is not actually what we want. Tick timers might be required for timing the startup screen. Let's find out. Yeah, Splash uses it. And okay. But record input shouldn't be working unless you're in yeah, okay. So let's add a set. Consider splitting this into further variants. Absolutely. So uh, gameplay or almost want to say gameplay updates only during gameplay when resources, etc., should already exist. Gameplay update. And then I think we should move record input out of just general updates because that makes no sense. Unless record input might be necessary for title. Nope, not by the looks of things. Where do we use it? Gets used in just in the player movement, so that's fine. So then we want, I think you can actually have more than one call in here, but let's go app configure sets, update, app set, record input, app set, gameplay update, chain, run if end state screen gameplay. Did I get that right? That's wrong. I think that's correct. So then we change things that should be happening during the game to only happen during the game. So I think an interaction, was that the problem? No, it was animation. Yeah. Were there any others that need to be changed like that? Maybe in player stuff happening on update? No, they're already in inset, app set record input. There's probably others, but let's see what else crashes basically. Okay, now we got crashes for trigger interaction sound effect. Yeah. So that runs on update everywhere. So this needs to run. I'm happy with just hard coding this. So run if in state screen title, I think. How many how many brackets do we need here? There we go. Okay, that should now work normally. Ah, except he's not using nearest neighbor, but everything else works. How do you get to the credits actually? Huh. Okay, so that works. Does it stop playing? Oh, the buttons don't work. Bad. Okay, good to know. Does seem quite loud. Why doesn't the back button work? Observe enter title screen. Trigger on press, mute next screen. Certainly seems to be the kind of thing it should work. Okay, so the summary of all that was finally, some systems are configured to run against the general update schedule when we really want to be more precise about when they are called. For example, those in appset update probably should be divided into appset update anytime and appset update gameplay also, or some such. This is also true of appset record input. Which currently is only used for player movement. We might do something like not there. The goal is just to prevent unnecessary update runs from system runs from attempting to access a resource before it exists, before it's been loaded. Yeah, before it exists. Here we're delegating responsibility for asset loading. So we really just need to know which states are safe to assume the resource will exist in. Um, move your systems to the appropriate app set, e.g. Okay, so if I was to load, if I go to e.g. Eloquent, I go there and I go Zola serve, then I should be able to go to localhost, blog, steps to asset loader, cargo add, bevy asset loader. Actually, I could just do this once and then follow the pattern, right? So we could say, um, there's a bit of a pattern to replacing quick start, the quick start uh, asset code. We'll use player.rs as an example. Replace player assets and spawn player with image assets. Replace any references with image assets. Remove any unused imports. Do something fairly similar for, yeah. When it comes to music, we might use credits RS as an example. Need to get rid of that ID. Yeah. Yeah, I think that really covers the basics. Okay. I think that's it. Oh yeah, and we wanted to figure out whether you're going to main Why doesn't the credits button work? It's weird. Definitely doesn't work. I'm not just imagining things. Okay, so let's see if we can troubleshoot that. Oh, did we... So there's one extra space in there. Don't really like the style we use for the code highlighting. Probably fix that. I think it's using Nord right now, but looks pretty pale compared to Duskfox. Ooba-dooba-doo. Um, yeah, so in credits, why is children button back observe enter title screen not working? Let's try, maybe the update isn't running. No, that wouldn't stop an observe from running though, right? Let's just try an info. See if this is actually happening. Trigger on press. Nope, it never gets run. Okay, so that's not a thing. I wonder why. Yeah, so that system never gets run. So why wouldn't the observer work? Children button back. Observe enter title screen. Button bundle, entity with children, entity. Maybe it's the input handling not running during, because we're not on the gameplay screen. Would that be a thing? We look at app set, record input. The only place I found it being used was here. Record directional input. Which seems to be all that it is used for. So if we look at the repo, maybe do a quick search for record input, record directional input. That's it. So what about button? First of all, let's reclone and make sure that it does work normally. So drop down, we go cargo generate. Floopy. Oh no, bad. I forgot. It waits for input. Uh, yes, update. It's going to take a while to build. Just make sure that this does actually work. Otherwise, it's a bug. Which is entirely possible. Entirely possible. You got an itchy tail, puppy. You're all right. Don't chew it, please. Okay. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Come on and build. And build. Slow. Do it. Feeling these things don't have mold linkage happening. But by default. It's got to be an easier way to modularize asset loading so that we don't always depend on the same thing. Like if we could PR into Bevy Quick Start to say, okay, let's just keep all the assets in one place so we don't have to go through every single file to delete them. Credits back. Okay, so that definitely works. So it's not, I'm not just imagining things. I have broken it somehow. Let's look at credits and load resource credits music, spawn credit screen, stop music. What the button observe enter title screen is working. Oh, there's the ads. But it's not working in this particular case. Wonder why. State scope screen credits. Next screen set screen title. Why wouldn't that even get called? What causes an observer not to get called? What does cause that? Let's go back to unnamed. Add systems on exit screen credits stop music. Children button back, observe, enter title screen. But for some reason, clicking it does nothing. I wonder why. Oh, I don't suppose it's got something to do with the way we're running it. We just do this. Oh, definitely not. Anything in the logs? Loading state, unnamed screen loading is done. Some loading, some title, some credits. The back button is no bueno. Huh. No bueno. Why? Why would an observer go off? What could cause an observer to fail? Listening for a trigger of type T that targets this entity. What type is it by default, I wonder? Something I've deleted along the way has caused this to fail, and I don't know what it is. I do not know what it is. I removed a bunch of things. If we go back to Floopy credits, I removed all of play credit. Well, I changed those, but they shouldn't be any different. The From World stuff for credits music, I removed. That shouldn't have any impact, I wouldn't have thought. On enter screen credits. Is it? It's nothing to do with the theme. Maybe I removed that bit of the theme. So I've got the theme prelude happening. Hmm. Really, the only change in the I've still got the theme prelude there. Maybe I removed too much out of theme interaction. Which one is this? Trigger interaction sound effect. This is the new one. And this is the old one. Oh, that's got a run F on it. Interaction assets. Trigger on press. There it is. So trigger on press is being run if in state screen title. That's what's going on. Okay. So run if in state screen title or I think it's an or. Is it or? Or can you just provide more than one? Can't remember. That would be an error. Run if in either of two states. I know there's a way to do this. I want to say it's or in state or in state like that. Something like that. No, bad. Yeah, it's not or. Actually, I think it might just be a chain run if. Nope. I know there's a way to do this. Hmm. There is a way to do this. Uh, bevy run condition multiple states. I know I've seen this. Are you just loading? Okay. Oh, here we go. Run if in state. Yeah, isn't that what I just did? I guess I had it inside the wrong bracket. Like that. There we go. That's better. Okay, now we should have correct behavior. Oh, we lost our mouse over sound effects. And we lost our interaction altogether. Okay. Well, that's cool. Let's look at interaction. Did I modify the right one? Run if in state screen credits, run if in state screen title. So are they mutually exclusive? Uh, this was the old way of doing things. On enter, run condition. Run if resource exists. Run if time passed. Keyboard input just pressed. Could be a lot more in here, to be honest with you. This is quite old. Add systems, yeah. But those are exclusive by the looks of things. They shouldn't be. I want both to be true. Run if in-state screen credits and run if in-state screen title. See, if I move this, I bet you. Oh, well, now we're just not working at all. There we go. I bet you that the title screen will start working again. Nope. It's still bad. Okay. Good to know. What am I doing wrong? I don't know. I'm missing something. But what? If I take away one of these, does it start working again? It seems. Yes. Works fine. So I swear there's an or combinator. Let's look at the docs for good old Bevy. Run condition. Exit condition? No. Definitions for the runtime conditions. End state. Run if end state. Yeah. What about combining states? I feel like it was maybe a system set, but that doesn't sound right either. I swear I've done this before. If the given state equals the given value. Hmm. I know I've done this before. I feel like it's been in I want to say in either Hexlings or maybe Hex Life actually. Run F. Run it from once. Oh man, some of this stuff is old. We don't need the dialogue stuff. So old. Run if run once is everywhere. If in state one state. Actually, we should search on in state. It'll be better. So many states. So many things I could get rid of now. I feel like there was an or if. Oh, yeah, these are totally the same thing. Multiple states. Run if in state. Run if in state. So what would cause them to be mutually exclusive? Maybe it's because it's being applied to a tuple. I don't really see why that would be a thing. There's run if not in state. Let's check what happens if, for example, we make these just single. I really don't see why that would be a thing. But it's worth a crack just to see if the behavior changes. Okay, so by that example, only the sound effect should only take place in the credit screen, but both should work with trigger. No, wrong one. Mhm. Okay, so no sound effects, but and no trigger. Okay. So weird. Has that behavior changed? Because I swear it used to work. Still quick Discord search. Apparently, I'm not running Discord right now, which is very unusual for me. Extremely unusual. Yeah. Multiple state run condition. I don't know. all composable and working all to usable together now. Hmm. See if we can just move this on screen for a sec. Let's go. Okay, so we could remove this. Actually, we could just do run if not in. But I really just want to, I really want to do this. So this is add systems, update, trigger on press, run if, and they're not in a set. Run if in state screen title, run if in state screen credits. And if we get rid of credits, everything starts working again. Just prove that one more time. Yeah, it's perfect. I swear I used to be able to assign multiple run uh, states to a. Wait a minute, maybe it's always the act of asking that makes you question whether you need to combine them in a different way. Nope, that's even worse. Oh, that's very, very bad. Okay, no. Hmm. Multiple states to a system via uh, but now it seems this stops them from running at all. uh, in either state. Uh, hmm, what am I forgetting? What am I forgetting? What am I forgetting? Maybe. Hmm. I have vague memories of being able to do or, but Maybe this isn't a thing anymore. In-state doesn't accept a tuple, does it? Option res state. Hmm. Frustrating. It's always the little problems that take the longest to solve. Well, while we wait for the kind Discord folks to get back to us, we will move on to a different problem. I wonder if they're actually trying to run in if in-state screen credits. I wonder what happens when we ask the robot. It probably isn't up to date with Bevy enough to tell us. Let's find out. How does one run a bevy system in either of two states? Hmm. No, I don't want on enter. Uh, wait, what? Yeah, system set, but on update apps, no, 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 no. Oh dear, no, definitely not. System set on update for state specific scheduling? No, we don't do that. At least I don't think we do that, unless we changed it. That is not a thing I'm familiar with. Um, unless there's a bug, that seems pretty unlikely. First of all, let's check messages. There ain't nothing. There ain't nothing because everything is fine because amazing, you know. Issues, run if. Systems should be skipped. Move run if to into system. Running the same system in two different states is treated as oh. Okay. I wonder if that's yeah. Actually, I wonder if this. The workaround is for a system set. A name system set in order relative to that. Uh, hmm. So Levi thinks it needs a custom matcher. So I guess you could run, if not in loading, that will probably do most of it. Dot typing dot dot dot. Something's about to happen. Or maybe not. All right. That's enough discording. Seems to me. Okay, so given that, what if we do, can you use multiple run if not in state screen loading? And run if not in state screen splash. Let's try that. It certainly seems to be working. Let's go to credits. Yay! All right. Run if not in state foo 1 2 3, yeah, work okay. So you can always just avoid the states you don't want, but kind of an anti-pattern. Okay, cool. So that's enough messing around with states. Let's rename the demo folder because, and we'll get rid of readme. Actually, let's go here, delete. Well, let's spell delete correctly, shall we? Let's look for instances of demo. Probably remove license as well. This is unlikely to be useful. And this weird memory, there might have been an OR matcher. Oh yeah, we should move this to percent H cargo config, I think it is. Yeah, config toml. And LLD, so mold is what we want. Here we go, mold linker, you may need to install it, blah, blah. And it lives in this one. Except it's not user bind molds. It is user local bind mold. Or bin if you prefer. I always think of binaries and binary. Oh, and we don't want this. So we'll get rid of all that. We'll keep this. And I don't really care about any of that or that or that. Okay. Improves compile times, removes the amount of debug. Don't care about that. Delete most of this. And that'll do us. The default LD64 linker is faster. You should consider using it instead. Right, which we will. And this. And this. And get rid of this. All right, good. Satisfactory. Now, cargo. Yep, happy with that. Dynamic builds. File watcher, embedded watcher. Automatic bevy code often triggers these lints. Yep. Yep. And yep. Performance optimizations. We've done that. Yep. 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 If I need any of these comments, I know where to find them. Okay, much more comprehensible. And we'll change this to basic. Oh, sneeze. I need a sneeze button. I don't have one. Basic at eloquentgeek.games. And what else we got going on in here? Oh yeah, the workflows. That can go away. And design can go away. Actually, the whole docs folder. RM RF docs. Then workflows CI. So I'm going to check through here and make sure we get it right. Clippy lengths, formatting, format, check documentation, not going to need that. Hey, Fanny Slam, did you know you can pay for snags with Apple or Google Pay? What? What? Do they have like a little swipe machine down there with all the kids running around? It seems ridiculous. I don't need you to check formatting. I have my own format. I'm fine to run Clippy if you want. Actually, no, I'll just do it locally. Run tests. Actually, this whole thing is kind of not what I need. And then wait for QR code. Not sure about swipe machine. Very cool. Very, very cool. Okay, when we push a tag in that format, actually, we'll just leave that. Don't care about that. Trigger it manually, sure. Okay, namespace traffic control game. Assets directory, yes. Yes. HIO project, yes, I think. App ID is not going to be a Mac OS release. Base file name of the binary in the package produced by this workflow defaults to that thing. Okay. And that, yep. LFS, no. Okay, good. Version number, yes. Outputs, yes. Package release, yes. Okay, so now we need to remove anything except web, Linux, and Windows. Not going to be doing routine Mac builds because they're too expensive. What is your problem? App suffix is not defined. You are correct. So is that a bug? Was it in something that I just deleted? Was it a how did you rate the snag out of 10? Was it a high quality snag? Yeah, so cargo workflows. Oh, you can't they don't do like a wow. So you've got this whole law around snags and you don't eat them yourself. Vegetarian snags, potentially? You appreciate good food. I understand. I understand. Release YAML. App suffix. App suffix. Let's look for the app suffix. It's only defined. I see. I don't know if that'll actually error out or not, but it's not defined. I see. So what if I undid it and returned macOS? But I don't actually want to build macOS. So what about default targets? Is there a way to specify that? Cargo bin store, binaries to app, assets to app, metadata to app, package app, upload to itch. So the only thing that has an app suffix is the macOS. Where is the thing that tells us what to build? Applies to macOS releases. Build and package release for each platform. Include, yeah, I mean, you could just remove it, but if you do remove it, then it'll have an error for app suffix. No, I guess just remove it. I feel like there should be a limiter on that, because macOS builds are very expensive, like very expensive. That should take care of it. Looks pretty solid. Looks pretty solid. We'll see what fails, basically. Okay, so a bunch of things to commit by the looks of things. Solid. Trunk toml, I'm not sure. VS Code, I don't want you. Git ignore. GitHub and editor config. Yeah, I don't really use editor config. Indent size 2. No. Buggy, can go away. RM VS Code. Go away. Thank you. Scaffold. All right, now we need to rename demo. So demo mod. Yeah, that's all. Okay, so we'll move source demo to source game. And we'll look for any references to it. There we go. What's the problem with the dev feature? Demo. Here we go. Game. Demo. I think we definitely would be better off replacing demo with game. Has demo got asset tracking in it? I think there's a refactor we could do here that would really let you plug in different different libraries without interfering with the sort of core demonstration of this game. Still keeping it as rock simple. That's not what I mean at all. Solid as rock solid, as simple as brain dead simple as possible. Why is this an error? Okay. Where else is demo being used that I need to know about? Should be replaced with your own game logic. So one thing would be to come up with your own kind of submodule for this. Yeah, and just replace the demo folder. Yeah, I don't know how I feel about that. It would be great if Quick Start was ready to go, I think is what I'm saying. So I still want to use the patterns, but I don't want to use their asset management. It's just too fiddly. I don't want it to be fiddly. What do we got left for demo? No more demos. Okay, so does it build or have I broken it again? Have I broken it again? Oh, it's building. It's building. Okay. Well, a couple of things we can change there, but that's the basics of it. Okay. Now, quack. Hey, Fussy. How you doing? Oh, hey. I was just saying I needed higher point redeems for you so that you can get rid of some more of your channel points. Actually, that whole Twitch competition is coming up. I think Fanny Slam definitely needs to be entering that stuff to get the old TD Vownies thing rolling, continuing to roll. Okay, so now we need to basically remove anything that we don't care about anymore. So let's go to asset tracking. And just keep rolling. We don't care about any of those audio assets. We just don't. We don't care. We really don't care. But we'll leave those two. Fanny has discovered that you can pay for snags with Google Pay now. I feel like this is important information. Okay, so now in animation, we will strip out all of that code that was playing sound. Trigger step sound effect. Whoa. So not what I wanted. Okay, better. And we will pretty much, actually, we're going to remove all of the animation code, but not yet. Not yet. Snags with Google Pay, like on Uber Eats. Uber Eats snags? What? 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 Okay. That's ridiculous, but also awesome. Pay with your phone wallet at the snack stand. Yeah, interesting. I guess the concern would be that you get some kid down there just with their parents' phone, right? Just waving it, waving it in front of the thing and buying sausage after sausage after sausage. It would be a bit of a worry, the accountability, but I suppose that's why they always have an adult down at those things. Just bleeding them dry. Billy, why did you spend $600 at Bunnings? Snags. Oh boy. Okay, we're probably not going to do much in the way of handling the player because I don't think I'm going to have a player object. So we could strip that out. Because yeah, we're going to be using mouse interaction to a certain extent. Mouse to a certain extent. We're certainly not going to be loading. I think if the fundraising place is enough for an FPOS machine, that passed snag selling for fundraising, or it's a scam. I don't think they did, though. That was the thing. Fanny was saying that it's a QR or something like that. Like you scan it and then you pay. It's like a paper FPOS machine. Okay, so we'll stop spawning the player because we won't have a player to spawn. We're going to have, they're going to be directing traffic rather than moving themselves. So we'll get rid of this. In fact, we'll get rid of the entire player file. Except we might need player inputs. I don't know if there's an FPOS machine. There was a QR code to scan to pay with your phone wallet, though. They're really fucking cheap. Actually, you can get those ones that plug into your phone, right? And you just kind of dial in that way. I've seen a few people selling stuff like at food trucks and stuff use that. So maybe we want to spawn the player, or maybe we just want to record their input. I don't think we need to spawn the player. I think we just need to record input. With player, I don't think we maybe want a movement controller, but there's only going to be one of them. Ooh, actually interesting. Is there? Because then you could use, no, let's keep the player component. And we'll just say player movement restricted. Actually, it'll be camera movement, right? Ooh, interesting. So maybe we don't want this. Do we even have a camera RS? We don't. So let's move this to camera RS. This will be, we're not even going to do that. We're just going to read the camera. Probably just have one camera, and we're going to add a movement controller to it. Interesting. Interesting concept. Interesting concept. Okay. None of this is probably going to matter, but yeah. Okay. And I happen to have just written examples for that very thing. What is your problem? It is included. Oh, well, it's not included. Okay. Yep. Fair. 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 Lib. Player. No. Bad. Player. There we go. No? Still bad? Game plugin has player. So let's look at game mod player. There we go. That becomes camera. And we are happy. We are happy. Clap along if you feel like happiness is the truth. Okay. Record input, update, gameplay update, and tick timers. Yes, yes indeed. Render all UI to this camera. Sure. But I actually don't think I want to do that because I want, I want a 3D camera. I wonder if, Teddy, leave it. Teddy, hey, leave it. I can see you. I can see you. You don't get to steal things. Leave it. Teddy. It's like, I was sure I was by myself. I was so positive. Yeah, see, now we're going to get a double camera. No. Oh, bad dog. Bad dog. No, leave it. He's like, how did you know? I can see you from the couch, dude. Oh boy. All right, so we will potentially remove this. Remove if we can't differentiate it. If we don't need it. in favor of 3D camera. I think I might just spawn in one 3D camera earlier on. We're going to get some ads rolling through. I'm going to stand up, stretch, make a cup of tea. That's a general reminder about other people who might need cups of tea. Should be reminded now. Oh, tea, exactly. And I will be right back. We did that. We did that already. Now. We did it. I will be right back. There is one puppy in the puppy cam. Oh, why is the puppy cam dark? Wait, what? What's happened to my camera? Did it get unplugged? Puppy cam, come back. Puppy cam. Maybe it's been unplugged. Oh no. Is it what's happened? Oh, hang on. No, it's got blue lights. Not like this puppy cam. It's hello? Puppy? Puppy cam. Oh, we can see my thumb wiping it. It's been honestly, it's got so much nose art on it right now from the dogs booping it. It's kind of gross. I might have to troubleshoot that. I don't know what's going on there. But actually, let's just check its settings, properties, frame rate, leave unchanged. Oh, something happened. Ah, whoa, no. Ah. Oh my God. Puppy. Puppy. You can definitely tell when I've come back because she kind of looks upside down to see what's going on. Hi, puppy. How you doing? Look you. Oh, you banned someone. I missed it. Well done. Thank you. Diligent. Cheap viewers. They used, oh yeah, they used at least one, no, two, three non-normal characters in their string. Flexasil Ultra on .online. Bloody hell. Where do they get these domains from? Out of the clear blue sky. That's where. That seems my camera has fallen off its perch again. Because that's what my camera likes to do. Generally speaking, there we go. Okay, and also, it's weird, I looked at a domain the other day. Since when are they all crypto and NFTs? Yeah, I know, right? So this tea bag has vanished to the bottom of the cup. Ah, there we go. I've retrieved it. I may or may not have used an Allen key to get the tea bag out. I can neither confirm nor deny. Okay, sweet. We have tea. It is a thing now. Okay. It's so Kiwi. I don't know. Shouldn't I have used a piece of number 8 wire? Okay. Now, back to what we were doing, which was setting up a camera thingamajig. Okay, so most of this we no longer need. Let's check my Discord real quick to see if anybody else responded to that message. Lean towards running a custom matcher. Oh, and the combinators. Yes! I knew there was a way. That was driving me nuts. Okay, so the combinators. I tried or didn't pursue that line of thinking far enough. Okay, or else. So we're in screen interaction. It's run if end state screen title. Honestly, I'd probably be better off redesigning my state structure. Run if in state screen credits and the deal here is or else. Nice. Okay, so now we would go. Actually, I don't know if this is runnable right now because I've just removed a bunch of stuff. Yeah. So use create game player spawn player. So that's in level, I think. Okay. Sounds good. Sounds good. Why do we need ECS world command? Because it's a trait, right? All right. Now, um, oh, will it run now? We like to keep things in a, oh, I may as well leave that. We like to keep things in a running state. Cannot find type player. This is in camera. Oh, yeah. Because camera is no longer player. Unused. 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 Mm-mm. Boo-boo. Okay, so unused. Sorry, just replying to a message. Don't need that. I guess you import command because, yeah, I don't even know why. I guess it's a trait they need. Register type player, so no, we're not going to do that. And that's all. And let's try a rerun. Oh, yeah, the audio assets thing. So this is in credits and gameplay. Okay. I usually rename gameplay to something like playing, but I do think I'm probably going to end up with my own template that closely follows quick start, especially once it settles down and stops kind of changing all the time. Okay, that looks roughly correct. And credits. We have no credits. Music. We have none. All right, now can we run? Possibly. Possibly. Potentially. Possibly. Okay, good. We're not exploding or anything like that. If I hit escape, I get back to the screen. It's a very delayed rollover sound, isn't it? Hmm. I don't think I particularly enjoy having a sound like that, but never mind. Yeah, I wonder what changes that delay. Okay, now first we take a slurp of our tea, and then in camera we have a init system wherein we spawn things. And I'm going to go ahead and say we spawn a 3D camera and a point light. Okay. Oh yeah, no config. So let's go. Let's go vec3 0 and vec3 y. Actually, I don't want to state scope it to screen gameplay because I need it for things like showing UI. So let's not do that. And the point light, we could state scope to, well, not to the title. That would be weird. Why did I do that? I bet that's why it wasn't working before. um, yeah, this should be gameplay. The only thing would be if we do that and then we go to like the pause screen or the credit screen. I don't know. Okay. We'll see how that goes. What is your problem? No variant found gameplay. Really? That's because it doesn't have a capital P. I think I'm going to change all instances of this to playing. I don't like gameplay. It sounds weird. It sounds weird. Weird and mystifying. Also, why is this not why is this not in alphabetical order? Like, I mean, really. Why not? There we go. Okay, now we need to find every instance of gameplay and stop that nonsense. Run a fin screen playing. And we will get rid of this. And we will look for more instances of gameplay. Yep. Yep, with a P. I don't want that at all. And then gameplay, yep, with an H. With an H and a P and anything else. Anything else that we might need. So why can't we state scope that music? We wonders. Why can't we do that? I feel like we should. When we spawn level, could we not also do this? And then we wouldn't need this. Because we would state scoped game state screen playing. There we go. And then these go away. I have no idea if that works, to be honest with you. And then input just pressed. Very handy indeed. Asset tracking audio assets not currently used. Could be later, could be later. We just don't know. We don't know anything about that. Is it time to do a team shout out? I feel like it is. I feel like it should be. And we get Hypnotic with the shout out. And we got Abby and we got Adagon and we got Small Block Boy. We got all of the peoples. Okay. Spawn camera. Right. Oh, and he just shouted me out. That was nice. Oh, interesting. So my thermometer turned itself off. Could it? I've got this little thermometer that's supposed to be tracking the thermometer that's in my oven right now. It does not appear to be working. Bummer. Is it too far away? What's going on? Maybe the thermometer ran out of battery. That's not ideal. Never mind. Okay, spawn camera isn't a thing anymore. Go away. Add bevy plugins is not a useful comment. He's always watching. Jump scare. Enable dev tools. Yep. Gameplay update. Right. So gameplay update. This one is now called playing update. And what else have we got floating around here? Init is never used, and that is because we need to edit app, add systems, startup, init. Beautiful. Okay, any other instances of gameplay? It's called mod gameplay, but I suppose we better rename it just to be consistent. Playing. Hey, cool game dev, you've been summoned. Oh no, don't. I didn't mean to steal viewers from you. I was just shouting out team members. That wasn't the goal at all. We are doing a little bevy game development is what we're doing. And renaming some things. He said check him out. That's very nice of him. It's very nice, but not at all required. I just have a thing that goes off and oh, thanks for the follow. I appreciate that. A thing that goes off and shouts people out. A little team promotion strategy thing. Okay, so gameplay. Nope, definitely none left there. Oh, the puppy cam. Is it working? Oh yeah, it is working. Oh, she's off screen. She's off screen. Ah, there we go. There's the rest of the puppy. That's the most uncomfortable looking position, but it seems to work for her. Puppy. Okay, cool. So in that case, can we run now and will it spawn the camera? It won't have anything to look at, but will it spawn the camera? So let's go main. And do we break? We don't break. We don't break. We go to play and we should have a camera somewhere in here. Which is good. All right, so we haven't been destroyed by any of that. Let's look at lib and let's do a few things that we need to do, like resizable. Resizable is it false or true? I think it's false. Makes it pop out in a new window. Let's try that. Also, have we got the Wayland feature running? Cargo. Wayland. Features Wayland, yes. So it was able to detect that. That's good. We'll try running this one more time. Should get a, yes, we do. We get a little pop-up window instead this time. That's good. Awesome. Okay, that deserves a little commit. Do, and do. Refactor, rename. And we've got the 3D camera now. Oh, actually, yes, we do. We've got the 3D camera now rendering the UI as well as looking after anything else. Now we need something to render. Oh, this is the hard part. Okay. Hello, Blender. Hello, Blender. First of all, delete the cube. Go away. All right, now I need to remember all of the keys, and I don't remember any of the keys because it's been like a week since I did this, or 2 weeks. I need the thing with the shapes. The shapes. The thing that adds the shapes. Add. Here we go. Add. Mesh. I don't know if I want a cone or like a triangle. I want a sort of a wedge shape. So does that mean I start with a cone? Or should I start with planes? I feel like I should start with a cone. And I want to flatten it. Actually, that might be hard because it's got so many different edges. So if I wanted to flatten the cone, it would end up just looking like a flat cone rather than what I want, which is sort of a wedge. So maybe if we remove that and we go add, add plane. But how do we get a triangular plane? Or should we start with a cube, funnily enough, and then get, if we start with a plane and then extrude it, is that what one does? There are keys for all of these things, I know. This doesn't seem right. How do we get a wedge? Kind of a thick wedge. What if we took vertices away from a cube? I want. I want to manipulate individual vertices or add more, potentially. Like, for example, if I wanted to reduce the height of this, how would I do that? How do I modify an individual bit of it? Is my question. Potentially I could just edit properties, right? Okay, you know what? Let's ask the robot. No shame in asking the robot. Blender, reduce height of cube to, I guess, flat 3D. Or just flatten cube, right? To less thickness. Scale it along one axis. Select the cube, press S to scale, flatten. Ah, okay. Yeah. Okay. Whoa. Okay, that's scaling on all axes. So how do you select the axis you want to scale? All right. Z to vertical. Aha. Okay, something like that. Okay, now we have a flat cube. So if I don't want to scale the whole thing, but I just want to, can I drag individual vertices? Can I drag individual vertices? I spelled that wrong, but never mind. Enter edit. With the cube selected, press tab. Vertex select. Interesting. And then drag. It's probably a bad way of doing it, right? You should probably just add more vertices and extrude things. For example, I could see adding cones to one edge of this so that they had like little thruster things in the end, trying to make a little sort of quasi spaceship kind of arrangement. All right. Add additional vertex along a between two others. Edge select. I've heard of this. Subdivide it using right click and select subdivide. Okay. So edge select is what? 2. Okay, I think I've selected an edge. Subdivide. Aha. Okay. Can I do the same thing with, hang on. How did I get edge select again? 2. Or use the edge selection icon in the 3D viewport. Learning Blender, yeah. Seriously, don't interrupt your stream. That was not the intent at all. I'm trying to learn Blender. It's going very, very slowly. Okay, 2. That is not what I had in mind. Ah, there we go. You're everywhere all at once. Subdivide. Okay, so now we should have 2, yeah, subdivided edges. Do we have to join, like, do you join 2 vertices in some way or not really? Usually in others' chats. I kind of wish I could, but I have had enough time keeping track of what I'm doing as it is. You can subdivide a face. Interesting. How do we subdivide a face? I should have done that to begin with. Now I'm in edge select mode. Is there a face select mode? Press 3. Of course you do. If edge select is 2, then face select must be 3. No, not at all. Most welcome. Ah, face select. Subdivide. That did not appear to do very much. What if I subdivide this one? Still didn't appear to do much. Oh, interesting. Drag and drop. Just, I see. Okay, cool. What happens if instead of subdividing, we split? It did not do what I thought it would. Oh, did it split horizontally? Let's go back to edge select. We still have these. Oh. Oh. We've got lots of little ones now. Okay, let's undo a couple of steps here. Okay, so now we should still be in, if we go into edge select, we should still have these two big ones, like so. Do I need, though, if I've got two vertices but only one face, right? I've got two edges but only one face. Maybe that's what's confusing it. So if I go back so that I no longer have subdivided those. All right, so now those are unsubdivided. We go to face select, then we go subdivide. Ah, okay, so now we have 4 quadrants. I kind of expected 2, but that's okay. How would it have known, right? So if, for example, I go into 1 now, select this, I cannot drag it, but I could select it. Okay, that's cool. So 1 selects vertices, 2 selects edges, 3 selects faces. I like it. I like it. All right. So when the robot was talking about dragging, right click or left click, drag the vertex, press G. Okay. So you could drag it along, for example. Yeah. Okay. So, all right. So back into 1, click this and G. And now I can, oh, interesting. Okay. So constrain it to say Z. No, that's not what we want. X. X. I mean, it would be better not to do it this way, but to have, interesting. Okay, well, we're getting somewhere. I'm not really sure where, but we're getting somewhere. Okay. These are going to be very strange looking ships. So if I was to do the same thing in face select here, I kind of expected not to have, how could I, what's the difference between split and subdivide? If I split, I end up with, actually, I don't know. Okay. Let's try bisect again. So really what I want to do is drag, is divide it in half vertically, but not horizontally. I wonder how I get away with that. Bisect divides a face in 4. How would one divide it only along the y-axis? The knife tool? What? 3 is face select, K for knife, Y, and move the knife. Interesting. All right, so we're in face select, yes. Selecting faces. K for knife. Y-axis. Oh, wrong axis. I guess I needed Z. Is that the wrong axis? Yeah, I needed Z. K for knife, Z axis, like so. Not quite what I had in mind. No? Hmm. Uh, I seem to be making more knife cuts. Oh, enter to confirm the cut. Okay. Ah, okay. Okay. So I imagine we could select this. Oh, there's two of them, unfortunately. Can you merge them? Unsubdivide? Join. Whoa. Come back a little. Just come back a tiny little bit. Okay, so we're in edge select. We select this one and then that one. And we do something that lets us join them together. I would have thought unsubdivide, but apparently not. Bisect. Oh well. So with G, can I move it? Oh, I can. Okay, now we're getting interesting. Okay. Undo that. Let's get scrolled out a little. And we're actually off center, but that doesn't matter too much. Okay. But in order for that to work, we would have to have a way to fill this because we've got another, or unless we could add, would we move this point or would we just extrude? Let's try edge select, subdivide, then vertex select G and join it out here. Something like that. And then underneath, I assume, oh, okay. Well, that's not quite what I had in mind. I think I failed to constrain it to one or more axes. It's a bit wonky. It has wings. Yeah, this was not the plan. This was not the plan. All right, you know what? We understand more now. So let's see how far we can get with the tools we have. Just starting from a cube by adding another cube. And we will scale it with the scale tool along the Z axis. Go smaller, please. Like so. Okay. And we will rename it to ship. And we will start bisecting things because we like to bisect. Face select. That did not work. Face select. There we go. Not subdivide, but knife tool, I guess. So K. Constrain to, I want to say X. No. Z. Which one is which one is up? Uh, um, what happens if I do Z? Sure, why not? All right, now we want edge select, not face select. GX, and we move that out. And we get a pointy thing. Ah, okay, this is better. This is better. All right, we got pointy thing now. So we do the same over here. We go to face select, and we go knife tool. In the Z axis, we draw a line, enter, 2 for edge select, G, X, no, Y. It's a little bit wonky, but you know what? It'll do. I haven't gone off the plane at all. Not too badly. Okay, and we go back to face select, and we subdivide. Oh, no, we don't. We do knife tool. K, Y, oh, that's Z. Enter, select, drag. X, no, Y. The colors, I have to remember the colors. Ooh, that was not what I intended. I should have been looking from this angle so that I can see. Edge select that, drag Y this way. It's hard to keep everything in view at the same time. I wonder if you can just like create one side and then mirror it. Something like that. I don't know. It's close. You can probably edit individual parameters until you get it perfect. Okay, so we have this weird funky looking shape. And then we would want to make it a blunt nose. So to my way of thinking, in the non sensible way of doing things, we would select the edge, use the knife tool on the Z axis, create that, enter, and then the same on the other side. Enter. And then we should be able to, this is going to be so uneven, but maybe we can drag things around. Can you shave a piece of something off completely? Okay, so edge select that G. I should have chosen X. Yeah. Is that close? Did I get it close? It's wonky. It's on one side and not the other, but that's okay. This is a placeholder ship. um, and then we need to put 2 little cones on the back for thrusters, or maybe 3. I don't know yet. So maybe we would want to expand this upward a little bit. So we might want to, because we got limited tool set, but you can do a lot with a limited tool set. Subdivide. Do we want to subdivide the face or do we want to just, I think we just want to lift it up a little bit. So, one click, G, Z up like that. And then 2 click subdivide 1. Okay, I'm getting there. I'm getting there. G, Z down. And then that gives us kind of a, oh, yeah, see, I went inwards, but maybe it's not. Oh, no, I didn't. It's just the way it's rendering. Okay. And then a couple of little cones. Cones or cylinders? Probably cones. Oh, not that big though. Scale. Much, much smaller. Whoa. Actually, not scale, move. How do I move something? There's a move tool. It is this one. And it is not that one. It looks like it should be that one, but it's not. Okay, we've selected that. Maybe I'm in the wrong mode. Tab, edit mode. Okay. Move. Right click? No. How do I move? I've forgotten all of this stuff. Whoa. No, no. Whatever you just did, undo it. Okay. Select and move model. Switch to object mode by pressing tab. Left click, move the object using G. Oh, of course, everything. Everything depends on G. Okay. Okay, left click. Am I in edit mode? This is object mode, edit mode, object mode. There we go. Object mode, G. No, I don't want to move the whole thing. Is the whole thing joined now? Just get rid of the cone. Get rid of the cone. Thank you. All right. First of all, we should save this. So save as, not in 3. We want work, home, me, work, unnamed space traffic control game. And we'll make a new directory for Blender or art, I guess. And this is ship blend. Okay. Now, slope of t. And to check on time, actually, I probably need to finish up soon because we're coming to the 4 minutes mark and you guys are going to get ads. So let's rate out to, we should really rate out to Hypnotic. If are they even still streaming? Yes, they are. Well, let's do that then. Thanks everyone for hanging out. I appreciate it. Oh, that didn't work at all because I used the wrong command. You're always streaming. You are, that's right. Well, you can raid yourself then. It'll be very exciting. Take it easy.